Welcome back. In this part of the program, we'll be talking about what you might call next-gen anti-Semitism, the struggle on college campuses. Joining us for that conversation, Michale Igel, the board chair of the Florida Holocaust Museum and the chair of the Florida Commissioner of Education's Task Force on Holocaust Education. Laureen Jaffe, she's co-host of the podcast Third Opinion, radio host, activist, and lay leader in the Jewish community. Rabbi Ed Rosenthal, executive director and campus rabbi for Suncoast Hillel, which oversees 4 Florida college campuses. And Sam Friedman, a junior at the University of South Florida and the chair of religious life there. Welcome to you all. And Sam, we met you during the report we just saw. You know, I hear it all the time. You don't really have to worry. This generation of young people is the most diverse ever, the most comfortable with difference ever. A lot of those problems that we had getting along are in the past because of who today's young people are. And that sounds like it's a little too simple.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty significant understatement. People my age really enjoy feeling like they're doing something and putting on a show that they're doing something without actually doing anything difficult. They will post on social media talking about how the various social issues are relevant to them, but they would never actually put themselves out there to deal with it. They'll talk about easy issues, issues that are common and people will be on their side, but they won't go out of their way to actually fight a difficult issue. Anti-Semitism is one of those issues that's very rarely talked about, especially outside of Jewish communities. But it's one of those burdens that it's become so natural to you to live that you can't imagine what it's like not to have that burden. When you're able to find communities and when you're able to find places where you don't feel that burden, it's an unexplainable relief.
Rabbi, what do you hear from your students? What are they experiencing that makes this a sort of 21st century experience?
You know, I think we experienced a honeymoon period following World War II and the Holocaust, the establishment of the State of Israel, the Six-Day War, where there was a sense of, oh, the Jews, look what they've experienced, and it was not fashionable to be anti-Semitic. So especially in the United States, we experienced a long honeymoon period. And now, over the last 20 years or so, we've seen a new form of anti-Semitism arise, and that's replacing anti-Semitism because it's not socially acceptable to be anti-Semitic. But Israel has taken the place of what was traditional anti-Semitism. So you can express your anti-Semitism through claiming to be an anti-Zionist or an anti-Israel, when it's really just a new form of an old hatred.
Laureen, is there any legitimate channel for criticism of Israel the way you'd criticize something that France does, or Russia does, or China does? Or is a lot more of it than we realize masking for just old-fashioned dislike or hatred of Jews?
Well, certainly, I think the majority of what we hear today in social media, with influencers and Hollywood musicians and others, and on the college campuses, is modern-day anti-Semitism. So you had the National Education Association just this year, July 3rd, 2021. They had 2 resolutions that were up for vote. And one of the resolutions talked about, condemning Israel for engaging in ethnic cleansing of the Palestinian people. And ethnic cleansing is a falsehood, right? This is one of the key criticisms you hear from many of these organizations. We know through the Palestinian own Census Bureau that the Palestinian population in Judea, Samaria, and Jerusalem has increased 400% since 1967. Ethnic cleansing is a factual impossibility. But the problem is that most people do not recognize, as Rabbi Ed was just saying, that as anti-Semitism, because the majority of Americans, including college students and the younger generation, are not informed on the Middle East. They're not informed on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. And the fact of the matter is that Jews are the only ones predominantly out there voicing support for the Jewish world, and we're a small minority. And even in the latest conflict in May of this year, many in the Jewish world were very afraid. They were afraid to speak out on social media because if you do, there's tremendous backlash. And backlash in these intersectionality circles and the progressive circles that Jews have always felt comfortable in. I mean, Jews, historically, we lean to the left. We are historically liberal. have been very active in many of these movements on the progressive left, and we are being ostracized.
Michale Igel, you stand at kind of an intersection in the two hats you wear, here at the museum and in helping guide the curriculum that's taught in state of Florida schools. There's been anti-Semitism in societies all over the world going back centuries. We're arguably sitting in one of the most educated polities in the history of the world. And if we thought more education would fix this, anti-Semitism would have been a dead letter a long time ago.
It's a great question, and I'm so glad you asked it. I think that it's one person at a time. I know that sounds like an extremely tall order, but to describe, we use the Holocaust, for example, obviously at the museum and, with the task force. It's sort of the core of the educational curriculum. And when you use numbers like 6 million, that is next to impossible, if not impossible, for a civilized person to absorb. So I'm the grandchild of Holocaust survivors. And my aunt and uncle were survivors as well, and other members of my family survived. Most of it did not. So I'm a miracle. My family survived genocide. And the reason I'm here, and the reason I do what I do at the museum, I call my real job my second job, what I do with the task force, is because what came before me and my story and my family's story is the key to the education. For example, what we do here at the museum and what the task force and what the educational curriculum does is it individualizes stories. People understand other people. And I live it, because when I give tours to children, I give tours to adults, and when I weave in my family's story, that they were hidden by non-Jews who didn't even know them, who were executed for not giving up my grandparents, there's education in that. You're teaching the bullies not to bully anymore. You're teaching the bullied that they'll be okay. You're teaching perseverance. And then I talk about my grandparents and how they taught my brother and me not only about the depths of people, but the heights of people too. And they would use these stories to teach us those things. And then on top of that, they said, look, our story didn't finish when we survived. We came here with nothing. We rebuilt ourselves. And we made a family, and we had grandchildren. There's education in all of that. I am very, very sensitive to these comparisons. You're seeing it now with masks and people going into these city council meetings, with gold stars on because they're trying to, and hearing words like genocide to describe Israel, or not just Israel, but even domestic issues. Here, I'm going to separate it from Jews in Israel because it just happens to be the hot button spot. But imagine what that does, probably to all Jews or many Jews, to hear that word compared to things like wearing a mask. Exponentially more difficult for me, who again, is a family member of people who survived it and were murdered in it. And I think the biggest fear I have is that what I call that normalization of these things that were not remotely normal. There was a systematic state-sponsored murder of people. There are horrible things that happen in the world, horrible things that happen in America that we need to do things about, but thank God they are not state-sponsored genocide of people. And so the farther we get, and I'm so excited to have somebody like Sam here, because just to know that there are, I feel we're the next generation, but I get to say that now, fighting that good fight, that's what we need more of. That's what happens when you teach, and teach the good. There are about at least 1,000 different ways to articulate what you're trying to say that don't involve an incredibly inaccurate comparison.
I think the irony is that it's usually the anti-Semites who use the analogy and how horrific something is, when it's not, but they're the ones who are using our experience to show how horrible that isn't, if that makes sense.
Well, it's the same thing that's happening right now with, again, on the other side, some of these Free Palestine movements and others in that spectrum sort of making all these references, these Nazi references or Hitler references, calling Jews Nazis and the Israeli government, acting like Nazis, and Bibi Netanyahu making this big comparison of him to Hitler, and in essence saying that's what's happening to the Palestinian people. So we're seeing these. I mean, it's like the word Nazi is just thrown around left and right as if it means nothing, but it's predominantly used to point a finger and accusation against the Jew. Like the Jew is now the Nazi, the Jew is now Hitler, and in addition to like this ridiculous utilization of the Magen David, the Star of David on your shirt. I mean, this has got to stop, and we're seeing it on both ends of the spectrum, and it's extraordinarily dangerous. So when a young person on a college campus who may not be as well informed on these issues hears that Israel's engaging in genocide, they're like, oh yeah, of course that's what's happening, because they're not thinking about it in a different way. They're bombarded in social media with these things that they're seeing, accusing Israel of acting like Nazis, and they associate Nazis with genocide and say, okay, that's what Israel's doing. It's very dangerous. We're sort of in a very dangerous time, mostly because of social media and what's out there and how the younger generation does communicate. It is a very dangerous time.
At the same time, people were upset about COVID restrictions and bringing in all kinds of problematic and offensive World War II parallels. Was some of the pressure that you were feeling as a student relieved by a year of distance learning?
Absolutely. I mean, it's so much easier to not have to think about whether or not someone's thinking of you as a Jew rather than whether or not someone's thinking of me as Sam. And it's nice not having to think about that. When I'm sitting in my dorm in class online, the professor doesn't know I'm a Jew, my classmates don't know I'm a Jew, and I don't worry as much. But having my learning disrupted, having my college experience disrupted, was the safest I've felt from anti-Semitism in my life.
If I just can add, but it's examples like that that are still so bad that you felt more comfortable being isolated at home or in your dorm room. That is such a disconcerting form of anti-Semitism, because you can't be comfortable in your own skin. You can't be out there as an American and be just as comfortable as the person next to you. So I think that's our form of anti-Semitism. It's not that Pittsburgh didn't happen. I don't want to minimize these things, because they do, but there's so much of that. It's a client of mine in my day job, saying, well, Mike, I know you want to get paid. I'm behind, but I know you want to get paid because you're a Jew. It's those types of things that we also really need to work on, and they're so much easier to teach than these other. And I always say there's this interesting thing about anti-Semites. You talk to one, and he'll tell you that the Holocaust didn't go far enough, and you talk to the other one, and he'll tell you it never happened. And there's this. So it's really, that's the fallacy of all of this anyway.
Absurdity of it.
But the possibility of a kid going home to a town who lived with, ate with, learned with, was around Jews for the first time in their life because they went to a university. There's possibilities there too, right? Or else what are we doing?
You remind me of a story when I was in college a long time ago. And I was at the University of Illinois, and I worked at a pizzeria to help pay for tuition. And it was my senior year. I'd already been accepted into rabbinical schools close to graduation. And I worked with a girl for over a year. And part of the uniform at the pizzeria is we had to wear baseball caps. And she said, what are you doing after you graduate? She was from a little town in southern Illinois. And she said, what are you doing after graduation? I said, well, I'm going to rabbinical school. And she said, well, what's that? And I said, well, I'm going to be a rabbi. And she gave me this funny look. And she said, what's a rabbi? And I said, well, sort of like a Jewish minister. And she looked at me and literally stepped away. And she said, I've never met a Jew before. And had this look on her face of confusion and fear. And I went to take my hat off, and she said, no.
Oh
my gosh.
And I took it off. And I said, we're just like everybody else. And she said, the preacher in my town said Jews have horns. And
You must be older than you look.
hopefully. and I said, nothing.
I've been making pizza side by side with you for a year.
But the interaction, she now knows that Jews don't have horns. And she could go back to her town. You know, it's really interesting. I mean, we're talking about anti-Semitism, but I will say, frankly, it's not something that, while it is ever present and we're aware of it, we don't dwell on it. It's part of who we are. I tell my students, don't be bitter, be better. And are we going to remove anti-Semitism? I don't think we'll ever remove anti-Semitism. But that's not the issue. The issue is, what are we going to do? And I believe that the best way to combat anti-Semitism, yes, it's education. We have to educate people. But the best way to combat anti-Semitism is to do good. Show that what we have always been as a people, that we are our guiding force, the Torah, our history, our heritage, is about doing good. I mean, v'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, love your neighbor as yourself. We gave that to the world. So, I mean, the focus of what we do on campus is not, let's fight against anti-Semitism, let's fight for Israel. We do that. But what we really do is about teaching to be proud Jews, not just because Israel is an amazing country, not just because we've experienced persecution throughout for thousands of years, but because of what we've contributed to the world for good, for what we do in our daily lives to bring light into the world. The Torah says that we are the Or LeGoyim, to be a light unto the nations. It doesn't mean that we're better than anybody else. It just means that we have responsibilities. And that's how we fight it. That's what I teach our students. Not to be bitter, to be better, and to make the world a better place.
Laureen, you're using the tools of modern communications to push your way into the scrum, give a counter argument. After all, the show's called Third Opinion.
Right.
Can you use those same tools that are used to spread hate, to spread misinformation, to win the argument, or just make sure there's a Jewish voice in the argument?
Well, you know, I think it's twofold. I think the Jewish voice in the argument is really important, not just for the non-Jew, but also for the Jew, because I think even in the Jewish world, many feel very uninformed and ill-equipped to speak out against all the anti-Semitism that they confront in social media, in the workplace, in school, on college campuses, et cetera. So I think it's very important for the Jew and non-Jew. But I do think that there is some winning of the argument when you do put out facts. And going back to what Rabbi Ed said, justice and mercy, you know, they are core values of Judaism. And I think as Jews, the most important thing we could do is speak out of a place of love, compassion, but justice and mercy.
Sam, if you're a member of a small people inside a very large country, like the old song says, you gotta have friends. This is just a lifelong slog unless you can depend on non-Jewish allies, not only on campus, but throughout the rest of your life.
I think the dream scenario for me and any Jew, whether of any age, is to be able to have that relief no matter where you go. And that would be done through non-Jewish allies. If I could feel that same relief when I went to class, if I could feel that same relief when I was walking around campus, when I could feel that when I do anything, that would be an absolute game changer, I believe, for every single Jew in their ability to live, to survive, to work, to thrive in this country and in every country. By creating that larger space where you can relax, we could actually have that significant progress where Jews are much more comfortable to announce that they're Jewish. They're not going to think about whether or not they're wearing a kippah. They're going to be able to have those conversations of, this is what it's like to be a Jew, this is what we've experienced, and that's snowballs. You feel that in one space, you teach one person, your space gets a little bigger, and that process continues no matter where you go. And ultimately, that's how the entire country could become a place where you don't need to think about that. You're an American and you're Jewish. You're not a Jewish American.
Thanks a lot, everybody. It was great talking to you all. Michale Igel, Laureen Jaffe, Rabbi Ed Rosenthal, and Sam Friedman.